My name is Astraea Love, and I'm going to be doing a reading for you guys today, a psychic tarot oracle card reading. Okay, so I hope everybody has had a good day. Please know that my readings are timeless. So whenever you get to this reading, there's going to be messages in here for you. Also, just to let you guys know, we are working on this platform to getting to 1,000 subscribers. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, we are going to do we're going to have like a party. Okay. We're going to do a live stream that's a party where I pull some names out of a hat, whoever, it just depends, whoever shows up. And I'm going to do a few free readings for people, personal readings. And then I have a couple of tarot decks that I will be giving out as well as a bonus. So make sure you guys subscribe to the platform, like the video, share this content, let other people know about it so that we can grow this platform so that we get to 1,000 subscribers. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, it's going to be awesome. And I'm really, really excited. Okay. All right, so we are calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ and the Ascended Masters. We're calling upon the divine realm and asking that they can be with us now, including the archangels, our spirit guides, guardian angels, and all of our spiritual team of highest light and resonance. And we're asking that God and our higher self put a protective shield around us, keeping out all negativity or anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, the highest knowledge, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and to my collective, and I pray for my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor, God, please continue to bless and prosper this platform. Please help us get to 1,000 subscribers. I love you, I love you, I love you. All honor, glory, worship, and praise goes to the divine realm, my higher self, your higher self, God. Also, we just would like to ask that all evil eye be rebuked and sent back to the sender. And we want to say thank you, God, for everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you, we love you, we love you. All honor, glory, worship, and praise goes to the Most High. Amen. Okay. Welcome, everybody coming into the chat. So, by watching my readings, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my readings, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract. Oh, and when we get to 1,000 subscribers, then I can take $20 super chats per question. Okay. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, God, and no bullying me, no bullying anybody else in the chat or in the comments, okay? You'll be blocked and removed. Make sure you guys subscribe to the platform, like the video, share the content. If you see that hype button, again, I don't know when they put it there and when they don't, but if you see it, if you could hype the button, if you could hit the hype button, I would greatly appreciate it, okay? All right. So before we get into the reading, we're going to talk about two books the links to these books are in the description box below. The links to this card, welcome everybody coming into the chat. The links to this deck of cards is also in the description box below. So the first book we're going to talk about is The True God. It's an advanced intuitive living workbook. This book has changed my life. I'm not getting paid to promote this book. I'm literally doing it because I'm throwing you guys a bone. I'm giving you guys the cheat sheet. And when you see me using the techniques in this book, the ones that I'll go over, like that's how I'm rising above, overcoming, and all this stuff and clearing things. Okay. So first of all, the God technique gives you the ability to raise out of the frequency of your ego into the consciousness of your higher self, which is God, so you can see things from a bigger picture, detach from whatever's going on, and be able to become untrapped by the ego. Okay. Second technique, that is a game changer. I have always been psychic, but I didn't have a connection to God like that until I came across this information. Since I've been using the techniques in this book, my life has gotten better. In fact, it's gotten a lot better. It's not perfect, obviously, but it's gotten a lot better than it was. And so the second technique is the joy versus anger technique, which works with clairsentience, which is your clear knowing, so that you can be asking yes and no questions with your higher self, getting an immediate answer back, and then being divinely led, so that you're not just making random choices. You know, you should be asking, should I go here? Should I go there? Should I buy this? Should I buy that? Should I be with him? Should I be with her? Etc. Okay. And then listen to the guidance that you get. Also, you will see me use a 1 to 10 ratio. That also comes from this book. So this book will teach you how to get a compatibility on things, 1 being the lowest compatible, 10 being the highest compatible. Okay. And then the mind technique. The mind technique is probably one of the most important. All of these techniques are extremely important. The mind technique gives you the ability to get rid of the mental and emotional baggage that you're carrying around, so you don't keep creating the same experiences. I, for one, know what it's like to have a belief and then it's drawing in an experience. Then when I get rid of that belief by using the mind technique, that experience goes away. That's like literally, this is the cheat code to creating your own reality. And I'm not joking about that. That's why I am letting you guys know. If you guys could like the video, again, I don't mean to be a beggar, and I'm really not a beggar. It's just this platform needs to get the likes up, you guys, and everything like that. Share this content, let other people know about it, like it, okay? By you doing that, hype the video. It's really important that you support me back, because I'm spending a lot of energy and a lot of time putting out these readings for you guys, and you know, all of this stuff. Like I could literally, I could be a gatekeeper and hold this knowledge and just do all of this miraculous shit by myself and not tell nobody about it. But I'm taking time out of my own, like reading out of my own day to throw you guys a bone. So take advantage of it. I'm not joking. This is not a scam. This is like legit. When other people come to me, and especially throughout my career, since I've had access to this, when other people come to me and they have really severe things going on, I tell them to get this book, because this book will take care of every single issue that anybody is having. The techniques in it will, okay? And it's extremely powerful. Okay, so the second book that I'm going to talk about is the book that I've written, but I did not write this book alone. I wrote it with God, the Holy Spirit, and the Ars Goetia spirit called Vassago. Vassago rules over, like, well, he doesn't rule over, but he's a master in mapping the human consciousness. And the original Rider-Waite, which is this deck, that's what it does. Throughout your time as being a human, you will go through being in the position of every single one of these cards, okay? Through one time in your life or another. All right, so just know that. So I have the link to this deck, and the link to these books are in the description box below. You will want to check them out, okay? So for the Vassago tarot card spreads and spells, I have created different tarot card spreads on the major arcana cards, which are the major transitions, like the Death, the Lovers, the Hierophant, the High Priestess, the Emperor, the Empress, World, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, the Magician, all of that. That does a deep dive into the energies. And you can use this book to learn to read cards for yourself and for others. You can use the tarot card spreads and spells in it as many times as you want. I use it consistently, and I always get new information. Okay. And it just becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. So it starts off with a 14 zodiac tarot card spread, where you pull 2 cards, 1 card for each position. There will be 2 positions. 1 card is your south node, where you start at, where your ego's at. The other card is your north node, where your destiny's at. Okay. And so, yeah. So basically you can start to integrate the positive traits of the other zodiac signs. And then the spell that goes along with that helps you to step into your destiny. Okay. And so I'm going to read just a little bit from one of these tarot card spreads. Yeah, so each of these spells are not spells you do on anybody else. They're spells that you do with yourself and God. And so the Lovers is to draw love into your life. The Chariot is to remove obstacles, to get things moving. The Strength is to become stronger. The Hermit is to find one's inner light. The Wheel of Fortune is to obtain good fortune. The Death is to bring about appropriate endings and the things that you do not want. The Star is to manifest a wish. I read from the World on the last one. And the Last Judgment. What do I want to read from now? I'm going to read from the Star. Okay, so the Star Tarot card is number 17. The answer is yes. And the Zodiac is Aquarius. So this is the card of inspiration, insight, hope, intuition. Any dreams for the future will come true. The gift of prophecy, contact with someone who will dramatically change your life. Predicts a strong love between two people. Entering a period of serenity, joy, and satisfaction. A calm period of contemplation or meditation, deja vu. This is what the star is on the Star card. Good dreams, psychic downloads from the universe. All emotional needs are met. Use your spiritual gifts and share your good fortune. So I'm going to read from position 3, the Star Essence. The card that you pull for this position shows you your divinationary gifts, talents, ESP, psychic, intuitive, and talents. If you have the archetypal connections, any archetypal connections, planetary alignment, and natural star quality, that can be revealed to you through the card that you pull for this position. Your star essence or star trait may be hinted to. You may become aware of more gifts and talents than you knew were there. How social, approachable, and non-judgmental you are may be revealed here. If your star trait and star quality is very high, you can pull the Star Tarot card for this position. If you are in alignment with your divine life purpose, and if you're in your North Node, then you could pull the High Priestess Tarot card for this position. And then you would know that you are in alignment with your good fortune. You can also use the yes and no answer of the tarot card that you pull for this position to help you guide into greater alignment. If you pull the Star Tarot card in the reverse, then you will know that your star trait or star quality is either hidden or that the time for fame and good fortune has passed you by. Then I'm going to read just the prayer that goes along. It's not even part of the spell, but yeah. I'm going to read just this one part. It says, if you are meant to be a natural born star and the limelight is in your future, you may receive an indication towards that in any of the card pulled for this position. Be sure that you use the yes and no answer guide of each tarot card that is pulled. If you are not meant to be a star or in the limelight, then you may pull the Star Tarot card in the reverse to confirm that. Sometimes people are under the illusion that they are the cats meow and the dogs bow wow, and they just aren't. I'm not trying to be rude about that, but that's just straight up how it comes out. This tarot card spread will bring clarity to you on the subject of stardom. If someone has been stealing your star traits or star powers, you can recite the following prayer to retrieve your stars. I pray to the Most High God to illuminate my personal star traits and powers. If anything has been siphoned or stolen from me knowingly or unknowingly, I ask that the Holy Spirit and the Most High God help me to retrieve my stolen destiny and stolen shine. I call and summon back the stars that are mine. I pray to the Most High God for deliverance from the wicked and evil doers. Deliver me salvation from the witches and warlocks who seek to ruin and destroy my life and destiny. Please align me with my own birthright and divine life purpose. I pray that I step into my North Node and into the hands of the heavens. Do not let my enemies have a victory over me. I pray to the Most High God, please don't let my enemies sacrifice me or make me a sacrifice for their gain. May every serpent that has been eating my virtues vomit my virtues in the name of the Most High God. I claim my destiny and fate. I call upon the archangels in heaven to help me ascend into the totality of my divine life purpose. Amen. Okay, you guys, then in the back of the book, I have a compendium of knowledge and this book is superior to any other tarot book that's ever been written. First of all, working with Vassago, who is a very in high demand spirit to work with because of the tarot and mapping the human consciousness and his wisdom. That makes this supreme in itself, but all of the manifestation techniques, spells, and the tarot card spreads, it's like a portal. You can do them over and over again and get new information, and it will teach you about the system of tarot and about spirituality in general. Okay, so these are like major bones that I wish I would have had this information available to me when I first started to learn to read cards, but I didn't. So I'm going to read from the star. The star, so in the back, I have a compendium of knowledge of what it could mean when the major arcana cards come out like one next to each other. So the star card is a card of inspiration, divination, astrology, predictions, prophecy, destiny, dreams, and wishes come true. The star can show you what traits and qualities that you naturally possess that enhance the quality of your life and the life of those around you. Psychic impressions and spiritual intuition, mental fitness and powerful third eye awareness. The star has a spark of passion that cannot be put out. When you pull the star card with any other card, it could indicate, or it could point to the abilities that you have in relation to the cards that are pulled surrounding the star. If you pull the star and then the Fool card, it could indicate that you are not aware of your star power. If you pull the star in the reverse and then pull the devil, it could indicate that you need to call your power back and rebuke the devil in your life. The star in the reverse indicates that a mental illness can affect you or the ones that you love. The star in the reverse indicates a loss of hope and a loss of psychic insight into problems. The star in the reverse is an imposter and a copycat or a doppelganger. The star in the reverse has no natural talent or skill. They lack motivation, are insecure, and always doubt everything. When you pull the star in the reverse and then pull the devil card, it could indicate that someone is getting their star power through the devil and their fame will be fleeting along with their success. The star in the reverse is lazy, dull, and boring. They do not shine. So check this book out, you guys. Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. The tarot card deck that you need that's going to be the best for you to learn with. The link to it, to all this stuff, is in the description box below. But the original Rider-Waite deck, I have this exact deck linked in the description box below. Also, if you learn the interpretations from this deck, you can go to any specialty deck like the Twin Flame deck or any other deck, and you'll know what the cards mean when they give you weird-ass pictures. Okay? Just to let you guys know, this is the original. Every other type of tarot comes off of the original Rider-Waite. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to get into the reading. What deck am I using, Spirit? Okay, we're using the Tarot of Oppositions. And just to let you guys know, if you could please like the video. We got 26 people watching, 17 likes on the video. We need to get the likes up, okay? And also subscribe to the platform. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 2 tarot decks, and I'm also going to be giving away maybe 2 or 3 personal 20-minute readings, okay? So you'll want to be here and available for that, all right? So that you could be entered into the whatever it's called, drawing, basically. All right, so beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What does that mean? It means what beauty is. And again, you guys, if you have any personal questions, and it's an immediate emergency that you need it answered, I do have a PayPal and Cash App link in the description box below, along with the links to the card decks and to the Rider-Waite Tarot. Okay, but please don't spam the chat with your questions if you have no intention on doing an equal exchange of energy, okay, to have your question answered. And when I first started doing, like, again, I worked in a metaphysical store for a long time, writing all of the definitions to what all of the crystals were and everything else in the metaphysical store. And I was doing personal readings over there. And then I got introduced to tarot cards, but I was doing readings before that. And then since we sold that store, now I am back to doing them online. But I started out just doing $10 per question. And then I did that for a year. And then I just upped it another $10. So now it's $20 every year that goes by. When it shows me the notification of, oh, another year has passed on YouTube, I'm going to up it another $10. So, and then eventually I will be probably, to cut out the bullying, because I get bullied so much, And I don't want to continue to affirm that. I'm just stating my experience, okay? But I release all thoughts and beliefs associated with it. But because I get bullied so much, or have been getting bullied so much, in the future, I may make it a membership where if you want a personal reading, you get the membership. That way you're invested, and then you send your $20, and then I'll do sessions in the membership, and you can come online and send your question in at that time, okay? I'll still charge $20 to answer the question because it has to be an equal exchange. But at least having the membership, I feel like a lot of the people who are bullies, they won't have direct access to me where I'm live, to fuck with my energy and fuck with my sanity in my life. So that'll be something that I am going to do in the future. How far in the future, I'm not for sure. So take advantage of the situation where it's at now. Like the video, you guys, subscribe. It would mean the world to me, and I really, really appreciate it. Please and thank you in advance. So we're working with the Tarot of Oppositions. The beauty being in the eye of the beholder, what that has to do with is like, basically, beauty is in the eyes of who sees it. You know what I mean? Yeah, many readers do that. I definitely am going to in the future. I'm just trying to build these platforms up right now so people know about it. And then I could still like record pre-recorded readings and then just upload them on the regular platform to where it's not membership and people still would not have access to me live. But that is what I am basically going to do. That's what I've decided. So I like the Tarot of Oppositions. It's a cool deck, you guys. If you're interested, it's a cool deck. Of course, I would get the original Rider-Waite first. You'll see me refer back to that. But this just has like it being one way on top if it's in the upright and the opposite way in the reverse. I like that. I think that that's a great idea. So we're going to see what this is about. Maybe somebody is like saying that you... Well, you got one person that thinks that you're really beautiful and another person that maybe they think that you're beautiful, but they don't want to tell you that. They want to break you down. Yeah, I can do readings that like literally, like I was saying, I did not know about tarot cards for a very long time. And I started doing professional readings in 2012. I worked for Psychic Sense. I've worked for a lot of different things. Anyways, but yeah, I would just like have a piece of paper and I would write down all the stuff that I got about the person before they came in. And then when they came in, everything that they needed to talk about was on the piece of paper. And that's how I did readings to start with. And then I started using cards and stuff like that. But it was like a way bit later, like at least a year or two later, that I actually started using cards. So the Knight of Swords is what just came out. But yeah, when I do private readings, like on my platform, my other platform, I also have access to another psychic. And we know how to work through things together. But on my other platform, Astraea Love, ASTRAEALOVE, I can accept $20 super chats on that platform. And I do all of the time. And I will just pause the collective reading. I set a 20-minute timer and then I answer the question. And if there's anything like in the last question I just got asked on my other platform, if there's anything that needs to be cleared that's like going on demonic, ghost, supernatural, whatever, I will give the instructions on how to do that. And then we'll get the majority of it. It's like we take out the garbage, but then you guys just have to do the upkeep on it. So this Knight of Swords energy is somebody that's coming in to protect you. I don't get a bad vibe from this person because I feel like they're here to protect your honor. And that's kind of what knights do. Like they hold that energy of like, they'll stick up for people and that can't stick up for themselves. Maybe somebody thinks that you're vulnerable. I get that this person that's defending you, they could be a family member or loved one or somebody that you just consider to be very close to you. You know what I mean? Maybe if you don't even talk that often, this could be a friend from the past. I feel like this person, whenever somebody tries to like put their mouth on you, you have somebody that comes in the form of a Knight of Swords and they defend you. okay, and stick up for you. So I feel like that's a really good energy. Yeah, if somebody is making fun of the way you age or whatever, they might want to be mindful and go look in the fucking mirror, because seriously, that's a whole lot of projection. You know, I would never be making fun of the way that somebody ages. I may comment on it and be like, what the fuck happened? Is this because in my mind, when I'm seeing people go through an overnight like weird change with their face, like, okay, like I'm wondering if these people are clones, straight up, because how do their eye color change? Like there's certain things with like celebrities and stuff that I'm just like, what the fuck? And I think the Kardashians have made a ridiculous beauty standard that I just don't agree with it. Is all. It's so much fucking glamour magic. I mean, seriously, it's so much glamour. And there's nothing wrong with glamour magic if you're doing it for yourself, but this is like energy harvesting off of other people for them to stay young and beautiful. And they have made some type of demonic pact and covenant to, and not only that, what they do is they get all this plastic fucking surgery. I mean, they're pushing it even on the younger girls, like Kylie Jenner. She's like 27 or something, but she looks like she's like almost 40. Like there's something the fuck weird with that. But anyways, Kris Jenner keeps pushing on her children to get this plastic surgery done, you know, was doing it to Kim and all of them, and to create a beauty standard when these girls were already beautiful to begin with. The fuck, they didn't need anything at all, to be quite honest. Like Kim Kardashian, she looked like before she got all the plastic surgery, she looked way better. She looked like a natural Jasmine, like Jasmine from Disney. Like she literally legit looked like that. Had that Middle Eastern beautiful look, just freaking gorgeous. I think all of them looked better before whatever the fuck they're on now, to be quite honest. But yeah, so just know that the beauty standard continues to change every 5 to 10 years or even less than that. So you don't want to make permanent changes to yourself for then the beauty. Like, for example, people are so into getting BBLs. In the future, BBL like may not be the beauty standard. And so this is why getting permanent changes to your body, do it for the right reasons. If you're going to get plastic surgery, do it for the right reasons. But I would, if you're wanting to like, because I think that all of the work that people that's being done on people in Hollywood, it seems like there's a demonic spirit behind that, and it also seems like that it's a humiliation ritual that's being done where these plastic surgeons are fucking these people's faces up. Queen of Cups. Yeah, so you are somebody that's very attractive. And because the Queen of Cups came out means that you guys could be nurturers. You know, this Knight of Pentacles could feel the need to protect you because maybe they feel like you're on your own when it comes to certain things. Hey, you could always use some extra protection in the spiritual realm. I vote yes to that. But yeah, I don't want you guys, and I don't want your children and the children's children to think that they need to conform and cut themselves up. Like, it's one thing if you like really want a procedure and you feel like it's going to make you happy and it's in alignment. Okay. That's one thing. But like, you know, teenagers and stuff like that, I don't think they should be getting surgeries until they're old enough to know for sure that that's what they want. And I also don't feel like it's appropriate for, because what the Kardashians do is they get this plastic surgery and then they come out with some type of product and they go, oh, this is what's made us look like this. It's this product, when it's actually plastic surgery. And so they're duping everybody. And they've been doing this for a very long time because they do a lot of witchcraft. They have a lot of rituals done for them. But yeah, I feel like you're a natural beauty, and, you know, people can see that. It's just you got somebody that wants to destroy that magician with magic, and they can't because you're more powerful than them. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. You naturally look, and this is why I feel like people's natural bodies, like, if you were to look at the Greek statues, okay, like the ancient Greek statues, you don't see BBLs and stuff like that. And I'm not dissing BBLs. Please don't think that. I'm just like, if you were to look at the old beauty standard, which would be like looking at a Greek statue, okay, you would see a normal human body, normal-ish. I mean, it's obviously a piece of art, but it represented something that was the norm for back then, right? And so you just have to understand that that is still attractive and beautiful. And so you can be attractive. You should be loving yourself and thinking that you're attractive and beautiful no matter what, because your inside is beautiful and attractive. Okay. And I feel like you're attractive on the outside as well. And you don't have to try really hard. These celebrities, they spend hours and hours and hours with putting on all of this makeup and this hair and all this shit. Like, it's an extremely long process. You're somebody that could roll out of bed, brush your teeth, like put your hair up or take a shower or whatever you decide to do, and people look at you like you're still attractive. You don't have to have a whole face of makeup on to feel attractive. Of course, obviously makeup does give us confidence, and it makes us more like, so we can fit into society so that people can accept us. But is it a necessary thing? I don't want you guys to think that it's a necessary thing. That's something I have to buy out of, because I do like makeup. You know what I mean? Page of Wands. This is all about what we're teaching our children when it comes to how to live their lives. And it has to do with also like you being raised with a beauty standard as a child. Sometimes there are change clothes and goes. Exactly. Sometimes there's like when you're a teenager or you're a young kid, there's a beauty standard that's been created and Hollywood keeps pushing it. And so you grow up with that mentality thinking that you have to fit this beauty standard, realizing that beauty is something that comes from within, and you can fit the beauty standard, but that's not going to say that people will like you. You know what I mean? If you succumb to what Hollywood is saying now, when they change their mind 2 to 3 years from now on what's attractive. I mean, there's models that I see now that I would have been like, in the past, never thought that they could become models. And so I do feel like it's gotten more diverse, but it still is pushing a certain type of agenda. And the weird shit is, this is the weird thing to me. All of these super high expensive name brands, they're only producing clothes for one type of body. Like rich people, not all rich people have that one type of body. There are different body types. They should be producing clothes. If I was going to be a fashion designer, somebody that made clothing, I would make it the clothing something that no matter what it is, that's my name brand, can fit any body style. Okay, within reason. Okay, obviously people that are 600 pounds or whatever, it would be like very hard to clothe that person, but within the normal human range of body sizes, I would probably create clothing that people could wear, that of all sizes. Okay, and then I would sell a lot more shit, a lot more clothing than these people that are only creating clothes to fit a certain body type or a certain body style. And I do get that. I don't know why we're talking about fashion, but I do get that people that invest in creating a certain style, that's not a bad thing, because like if there are a lot of people that have BBLs that need to find pants to wear. So it's like if you invest in a company for that type of thing, that would be a very good investment, because there's a lot of people that would be into that. But I don't want to say it's random, but this expected beauty standard that Hollywood keeps pushing and these rich designer clothes keep pushing, they would make I guess they don't give a fuck about making money, but they would make a lot more money if they made their product available to, and this is what it is to be a good designer. If you can make a product, a piece of clothing that can fit somebody's body that people say is unattractive, and if it can make that person look good, then you are on the top when it comes to fashion. If you're a designer and what you're creating could only fit one type of body and it looks good on that one type of body, then what does that say about your creativity? I mean, really, fashion is clothing. Think about people that had to make clothing for the king and shit like that. The king sometimes was an obese person. They were not like always ripped and stuff. So think about it that way. When you can design clothing that can fit anybody's body type and still look good and look classy and make that body type attractive, that's when you've really won. Okay. And that's when you can really, really make a lot of money. But when I was like in Las Vegas, because I don't buy really expensive things, I was in, this one of these malls that's there. They have many malls. And it's surrounded by all of these like Balenciaga, Coach, all this stuff. And within the shop, there's like a bunch of decorations, but very little products, not a whole lot of things. And they don't even let people in the stores. Like, it's kind of fucking weird to me. Anyways, when I was there, I was noticing that there was demons and negative entities in a couple of these stores and not in other stores. And I don't know why it was like that, but I do feel like it has to do with some type of witchcraft. So just be aware that even name brands, they could be doing spells underneath that to get people to want to buy that stuff. So yeah, I would just be aware of not instilling whatever these stupid beliefs are that Hollywood has for people. Don't instill that into, yeah, I love hippie clothes too. Yeah, don't instill that into your children, and allow your children to express themselves through clothing. If they want to be goth, let them go through that. Let them be goth for a while. It doesn't mean that they're going to go cut the heads off of chickens and spray themselves with blood. It just means that they want to dress in their shadow side or whatever, And so I definitely would not be judgmental of stuff like that. I know some parents are like, you can only wear this and you can only wear that, da 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 da. But like, I legit feel like, well, anyways, there's somebody that is sending me messages. I'm sorry about that sound. They have the wrong number. There could be something about that, though, that somebody has the wrong number. Dang. 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands means you're looking to the future. Your creative endeavors are coming to light, and you're also following your dreams. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. Also, I feel like a lot of people that go through eating disorders, they go through this stuff because they have a certain thing. Let me just clear why that person keeps messaging me. Give me 1 second. Because that's obviously a thought of belief. Why I have people messaging me that are messaging the wrong person. That happened the other day and I didn't clear it. And now it keeps happening now. So the universe is throwing it in my face. Okay. And the thoughts and beliefs with that. Okay. So yeah, you guys are moving forward. You could be literally thinking about investing in something new. I feel like whoever keeps trying to badmouth you, you have somebody that's fiercely protecting you. 9 of Pentacles. Those people look pretty happy right there. That's like being able to stand on your own 2 feet. You're sharing your resources with people that matter. I also see that, you guys are 100% investing in yourselves. And this could have a lot of people feeling very uncomfortable with that because in the past you invested in them. And so now they're feeling like the sting of you loving yourselves. Six of Cups and loving your children. The Six of Cups is like having good memories from the past, like your childhood, and creating those good memories with your kids now. You're going to teach your children. And again, if you don't have children yet, this is about your future children. If you do have children, then you're already teaching your children. You're going to teach your children how to be single, self-sufficient, and how to fill their own cup of happiness, their own cup of love, so they don't have to outsource to another person to be happy in their lives. You're also going to instill into them that whatever they want to do with their lives, to invest in doing that. The Tower. Look, somebody is trying to put you in the Tower and not in a good way. Damn. And I feel like it's with words. They want to break you down. They want to make you feel like you are less than them. Confirmation. King of Pentacles. This person could be a King of Pentacles. They could be wanting you to make a deal, wanting you to sacrifice, wanting you to give something up, wanting you to sign a contract, whatever. You're not, this person's not going to be able to pimp you out or whatever the fuck they're thinking. This is pretty much a no-go when it comes to, you know, I feel like somebody is just trying to disturb your peace. That's it. And they may be calling you ugly, but you are not ugly. Their attitude is ugly. And if for you to fit in with their group of people, if you have to change everything about yourself, that's not fitting in. I would be like, fuck these people. I'm going to just live my life in peace. And if they want to make fun of the way I look, oh, fucking well. Death. Because these people are much closer to death than you are. I'm serious. This is an ending to this person's finances, this King of Pentacles. They could be blaming you because you're protected. Literally, somebody keeps defending you and says, no, they don't need whatever the hell this is you're trying to sell to them. This Knight of Swords is telling this King of Pentacles to fuck off. Knight of Pentacles. I swear, these people think that they're going to bring you an issue. They were working very hard on bringing you some type of thing to where you would have to sign a contract or lease your time or your energy or pay more rent or whatever the fuck this is. It's not happening. Somebody wants to own you like a piece of property, and I think that's disgusting. And maybe this King of Pentacles is used to buying people. They definitely bought the Knight of Swords, that's for sure. Two of Wands. You're moving on and moving forward and moving upward. You're climbing that mountain. You have that idea, that creative spark, and these people, they don't possess that type of thing. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to be instilling into your children, you know, this could be a family business as well, but you're going to be instilling into your children how to stay financially stable. Like, that's an important thing. Good. I'm glad you don't care what people think. I'm proud of you guys. What is this? King of Swords in the freaking reverse. No. The King of Swords in the upright is like somebody that's already judgmental, but at least in the upright, that's somebody that has moral standards. The King of Swords in the reverse is somebody that does not have any type of morality or compassion within them. They're a fucked up person. Yeah, conceals his emotions, somebody that's in their 40s or 50s, a very intelligent but dangerous man, cruel and self-centered. He plots against you, sadistic and manipulative, enjoys his causing suffering and trouble, looks out only for his own interests. Watch out for this person's actions. So yeah, there is somebody that's trying to do something to your personal legacy that you're here to leave your children, and that's where they done fucked up at. It's one thing to make fun of you and call you ugly and say that you're unattractive or you're too fat or whatever this is. Again, these people I can guarantee that if you would let them fuck you, they would fuck you in a heartbeat. All right. So they just need to shut the fuck up. They don't like the fact that you don't need them and that you don't want to. I mean, this King of Swords, they wanted to seriously judge you and condemn you to death for something. And you've never even done anything. Like, your light must really irritate these people's demons. I'm serious. Because that's a severe reaction. The Lovers. The Lovers. Yeah, this person is not doing anything to the love union that you have. Like I said, if they could be with you, they would crawl up underneath you or on top of you as faster than you could fucking blink if you would allow it. It's just because you don't let these people anywhere near you, and you know that there's a real love union out there for you, and you don't care how long you have to wait to get it. You would rather have a real, authentic love twin flame partnership than one that's fake as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Eight of Pentacles. The work that you're doing is making this world better. It's organized, and it's also helping other people understand things about themselves. You could end up starting this work in the avenue of love, being a love counselor, or it could be a dating service or app that you create, or it could also be you building a family business with your divine lover. Or a family partnership. Either way, it looks really good. And it's going to be something that lasts for a long time. Knight of Wands. Yeah, you do have a lot of people that were bought and sold by this King of Pentacles. But all of these people, it's weird to me that it's showing up masculine energies. I mean, Temperance is what just flew out. Yeah, you're divinely protected by Archangel Michael. Divinely. So is your work. You could pray over your work. I would be praying over work, career, all of that. Destiny, faith, fate, everything. Because you do have somebody that's on the bullshit. And the only things that they can see about you is that you are still attractive. You are still loved. I mean, you don't have to be fucking skin and bones to be appreciated. I think you're good the way that you are. The Empress. In the upright. Divine being. You don't, this is why these people are looking at you like this, because you don't need them. You don't want them. And your divine feminine nature is protected. See, if you were showing up the Empress in the reverse, that would mean that you were infertile, desperate, weirdo that goes chasing after men. All of these men want something. They want a piece of you. You're not going to give it to them. Whatever the fuck they want, it's a no. Because none of these people that have showed up are your person yet. The Sun in the reverse. The Sun in the reverse. I'm serious. We're going to read that with the Rider-Waite. Just to give you an idea about how immature and lazy these fucking people are. They want to strip resources from you, take everything from you, and they want to also, if you let any of these fools into your life, they would beat you up so that you would not be pretty anymore. Maybe these people want you to join a religion like Muslim or some other very oppressive religion when it comes to women and feminine energies. It's a fuck no, by the way. Immaturity, laziness, lack of ambition. This is what the energy of all of the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Swords, and the Knight of Wands has towards you. It says crisis in confidence. They've lost a belief in their own abilities. This card represents a low point in their life. Any facet of their life is at risk. Their future is in doubt. Possible loss of a job, home, or a loved one. Relationship trouble, broken engagement. Deal with the reality of their situation. They need to deal with the reality of their situation. that you have every right to say no to them. And what the fuck are they going to do about that? You're not going to adopt a man child and raise another child when you already have children or you're going to have children. 8 of Cups. These people, they have to walk away because they're lazy. Being with you would require work. It would require them working on themselves. They're not going to do that. They want you to do the work so they can sit around with their feet up. That's absolutely not going to happen. You could be building literally a business that you can leave to your children, or at least a legacy. This is why this Knight of Swords is defending you every time these people want to make a pass at you or come towards you. 5 of Wands, because these people are competing over you. Whether they realize it or not, they are competing over you, and there is no competition because you're not gonna be forced to say yes to any of these people. They're just really desperate, you guys. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. I really appreciate you guys for liking the video, sharing this content, letting other people know about it. We're working to get into that 1,000 subscribers. That's really going to help this platform, and then I'll be able to take personal questions. But yeah, strength. Look at this. The strength. You are very strong. Opening the mouth of that lion. You have the strength of God within you. This is part of what makes you a divine being. You also have a higher perspective to where you can see these situations before they form and sidestep them, because these people are trying to like jump into your reality. They want to make something in your life go wrong so that you'll have to settle for them, for like somebody that's completely horrible to be with and would destroy you and your legacy, beat up on you, could try to compete with you, and abuse you in every type of way. And you guys are so blessed. Welcome in, Shaman Maria. You guys are so freaking blessed. Too blessed to be stressed is what I'm going to say. Seriously. You have God on your side. What are these people going to do about it? You have the world here. The world. Like, you have the world in the upright. That means a new job, new residence, new place to live, new community. Could be any of those things. It could also be doing something on social media where you are known. The strength that you bring to the world is unmatched. Wow, the Wheel of Fortune. This is your turn to spin the Wheel of Fortune. Yes. Then we have the 4 of Cups. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, the 4 of Cups. I feel like the 4 of Cups is kind of like these people's energy. They're dissatisfied and bored. I mean, this picture doesn't portray that, but this one does. That's why the original Rider-Waite's the best. These people are unhappy with what the universe gave them. They're uninterested in it, which is weird. This is the picture that they have for the 4 of Cups. It doesn't really tell you anything right there with that. That's why when I talk about you learning the interpretation from the Rider-Waite, when you go to any other specialty deck, you'll be able to read it. Also, the Wheel of Fortune means you get to stay in a position of power where you have your money and confirmation, where you have your money and the money is yours and you don't have to share the shit. Like, what the fuck? You're going to be building possibly like a bank account for your children and a legacy to leave behind. And these people are moochy ass, disgusting men that are bored with their own lives, that don't want to do any work on themselves, that would rather have a woman do everything for them. And they treat women like shit. These people would be like, have no problem having 2, 3, 4, 5 wives, and then treating their wives like their wife is a fucking donkey. Like, I'm serious. Like, less than a person, treating an animal better than a wife. That is fucked up and it's wrong. And anybody that thinks that God would allow, like, anybody that thinks that they can beat on their wife and abuse their wife and treat their wife less than an animal and not like an equal, that person is that person will get fucked up karma their whole life. And the next lifetime, they'll be in the situation where they're the wife being treated like a goat or a fucking cow or whatever. And so people might want to be mindful that, yeah, there are things that are worse than hell. It's called getting your karma in another life when you're fucking innocent and put in the position that you put somebody else in. And people don't think about shit like that. And they just feel like, oh, this book says that whatever scripture says that I can beat my wife and that they have to be submissive to me and whatever nonsense. When, like, I want people to look at the fact that women are given the ability to be a portal to bring other people into existence. Why are we treating women like cattle? Why are women and girls and stuff being sold off and into marriages at very young ages, like 9 fucking years old? Like, what in the hell? Think about that. Women, if without women, there would be no more people on this planet without women. Where's the respect there? These men do not respect women at all. They look at you like another trophy, like something that they can hide on a shelf and use whenever they fucking get ready. And these people will straight up be used and abused the same way. And I disagree with any religion that subjugates a woman into any type of abusive situation. I don't agree with that. That's completely wrong. Treat others how you want to be treated. And if you would want to be beat on, if you would want to be forced into doing all this shit that you don't want to do, don't do it to another person, because eventually it will be done to you. And again, like I said, whether it happens in hell or it happens in another lifetime, it doesn't matter. It'll always be that person's own personal hell. And then after this lifetime, when they look at everything that went down, they're going to say, oh, it was this law, it was this thing in the Bible, and karma, the universal law of karma, and the rest of the spiritual realm doesn't give a fuck about what no humans wrote at any given time. Absolutely not. It is tit for tat, universal law. What you send out, you will get back. What you do to others will be done to you. Point blank, period. That is how things work. And there's no scripture, there is no religion, and there is no book that's gonna stop that. That's gonna stop what the repercussions are karmically and universally law-wise. Like, it's just not, okay? It's written by humans that also wanted to dominate and abuse and control women and force them to shut up and tell them never to ask questions and to always be submissive and obedient, and treating them like their property and not like they're another person. That's basically fucking slavery. It's very sad to see women being treated less than animals. A man beating a woman, but not beating a dog. And I don't condone beating either women or dogs, but I'm just saying, like, that is fucked up. And any man that's doing that, they will have to answer for that in the here and in the hereafter. And then that could be another lifetime. If they get put into a reincarnation cycle, their next life, they dumbass is going to be a woman put in the same fucking experience and situation, or even something worse, depending on how bad they did that shit. And again, when they die, when they recite whatever this holy book shit is that they have, do you think that karma, universal law, and creation's going to give a fuck about that? No, it's all a human-made construct, not a God-made construct. There are actual consequences. And whether somebody pays for it now, and the thing is most likely if they're beating on their wife and abusing their wife, they are paying for it now. It's just going to get much worse once they die and they see everything that they did to another person. Without having, I would not even abuse my worst enemy, let alone somebody that I would say make wedding vows to. 9 of Swords. This is what I'm saying. These people will be in the 9 of Swords. And in the fucking 5 of Pentacles, homeless and needing assistance. And I feel like that's always the threat that men want to put on women, is if you don't accept this bum behavior, if you don't submit to me, if you don't submit to this spiritual rule written down in some fucking book, then I divorce you, I'm going to divorce you, and I'm going to throw you to the streets and throw you to the wolves. And if you try to leave the religion that you were indoctrinated into, we're going to kill you. I mean, that's like literally legit what it says. That is fucked up. Anything, how can a book be speaking against murder, but then in the same breath say anybody that leaves this cult, because that's what it is a fucking cult, anybody that leaves this cult is to be put to death? That is a contradiction right there in itself. And I feel like taking human life is an abuse to God. It's not just fucking up the human world. It is fucking up God's plan. If God took all this time to grow a person, think of how long it takes for a human to form. Do you think that God wants that person to just be unalived for any given reason? After all of this time and all of this preparation and all of the ancestors that came before that person, I mean, people, they just need to start being respectful and doing better and be treating women better, because again, in some parts of the world, this is a situation where people have to deal with men like this. I know that I would never leave the country and go to any of those parts of the world, because if they know me as being a prophet and a seer and a psychic and one that's actually closer to their God than they are, they're going to see me as a threat and want to definitely do horrific things to me. And so that's why I don't go to the pyramids. I don't go to Dubai. I don't go to places where I know that they would fucking kill me and rape me. I just don't do those things. I stay my ass where I'm at and allow this Knight of Swords energy to come and defend me, which is a military energy, whenever it's necessary. But I do see what's happening in the rest of the world, and I pray for the people that are in those situations. However, you're not one of those people in that situation, growing up in that religion, going through that stuff. These people, they are of something else. Okay, they could be of that religion, or they could be of some other religion that condones terrorism and violence and murder and shit, and rape is completely legal. Personally, I disagree with that. However, the rest of the other side of the world, they don't. Okay, they don't respect people at all, and that's why I feel like a lot of I feel like a lot of religions are based on control, and they're not based on what the higher power actually wants. Higher power wants people to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And there's a reason that Muhammad could not call Allah his father. There is a reason for that, where Jesus could call the Most High his father. You know what I mean? There is a big separation in that. And I'm not dissing anybody's religion. I'm just speaking the truth about it. The truth that nobody else wants to say. I'm going to say it because it needs to be said. And that's what I exist for. If somebody wants to kill me, they're going to have to get through the spiritual realm and through the country that protects me. 10 of Swords. These people are thinking like a victim. And again, I don't condone violence. They're thinking like a victim. They really feel like if they can't beat you down, suppress you, or oppress you, then they are the victim. Whatever. They're about to be the victim 100% for whatever they were trying to do to you. These people will be victimized. Yes, you will reap what you sow. Exactly. Exactly. And these people think that because they're allowed to get away with it in their belief system and their holy book says that now, not realizing that, in another life, in the future, after this lifetime, when this person, could you imagine? This is what I'm saying. This is how stupid these fucking men are. And I'm not trying to be rude, but they will beat on a woman, treat them less than an animal, starve them, fucking fuck their face up, pounding on them and all this other shit, use them to pop out babies and then neglect them and abuse them. And then they'll grow old and they'll grow weak. And it doesn't matter how many fucking wives they have. What woman in their right mind would want to take care of a husband that when they get old and weak and can't beat on them no more and can't do shit to them no more? Like, I would be like, you're getting left for dead, motherfucker. Take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? If they were smart, they would do right by their women, because women statistically outlive men. Statistically, they would do right. They're gonna poison his ass. Exactly. They would do right by those women so that when they are in the position, but they don't think about shit like that. When they are in the position of being old, again, and trying to enforce that, oh, the woman's gonna hold up to this book, this standard that was written in this book. The fuck no. When it comes to that type of crazy abuse and neglect and all of that, no. That woman will allow herself to become a widow immediately. And these men, that when they grow old and can't take care of themselves, can't feed themselves, and all of that karma comes back to hits them, and they start to fucking die, those women are going to be thanking God for that shit, literally. Thinking, oh, well, now I'll be a widow, but at least I still have other family members. You know what I mean? At least I still have other family members. And then they get all of the person's property, and hopefully they get out of the status of being somebody's piece of property. But yeah, I just, that's the way I feel about it. That's the way the divine feels about it. And there will be real life consequences for every man that does that to their wife. They will get old, they will get sick, they will go blind, they will go deaf, and they will be left for fucking dead, as they should, because of what they were doing to others. Yeah, 8 of Swords. They will be put in the position of being neglected, abused, forgotten, and imprisoned. And then they'll want to be the victim after they spent 20, 30, 40 fucking years. First of all, many of those years probably fucking a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old girl. Not only that, which I think that is pedophilia, and I think it's wrong. And I know that Muhammad married a 9-year-old and had sex with her, and I think that is inappropriate. Okay. In this country, somebody would die and go to prison, but they say, oh, because they were married, it's fine. It was also his cousin. There's many, many flaws in this system that I'm seeing. And I feel like these flaws are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. People are going to get smarter. And if these men knew what was good for them, they would do right by their wives, and they would treat them well, and they would not abuse them and neglect them, because they will be in a position when they're older to where they're going to need help, and their much younger wives will be in a position to not fucking help them if they don't want to. Or like someone said, poison they dumbass, Yeah, there's many of them that are in a position that are afraid to leave, because it says in the Holy Book, if you leave, that's punishable by death. That in itself, saying that murder is wrong at the beginning of the book, and then at the end of the book saying anybody that leaves this religion is put to death, that is 100% a fucking contradiction. And who are we to say when it's okay to kill and when it's okay to not? I think the only time it's okay to unalive somebody is if you are in self-defense and that person's trying to unalive you. Other than that, there can be prisons and other ways to reform people, and we should be respecting God's life, the life that God created, and women and men are supposed to be equal, not pieces of fucking property. But yeah, whatever. It's going to work itself out. Like I said, these people that think it's okay to marry their cousins, they're going to continue to marry their cousins to keep the money in their bloodline in Islam, and the shit's going to wipe itself out with retardation. There are going to be more and more people that have retardation. That's just the side effect of if you continue to do incest and think that it's okay. This is why there's many flawed things about that. And I'm not trying to come down hard on that, but I do have a connection with Allah, the being Allah, and the being Allah does not like murder or abuse or beating down on your wife. That's all shit that the humans made the fuck up, because that's what they wanted to do. 7 of Wands. Yeah, you may have to defend yourself at some point, but like, I already get that you're being defended. When it comes to you remaining abundant, you're going to be defended. You're never going to be put in a position to where you have to beg, to where you're out on the street, and to where you have nothing. Okay? And if you instill the right mentality into your children will be in your life forever, or into your nieces or nephews or whatever. And I feel like God loves everything and everyone, okay? Because it's part of its creation. It is all love, joy, and peace. And it's nothing other than that. When people see things that are negative, it's because of the law of attraction, and what you send out, you will get back. And it's probably because of karma. I never, ever see God lashing someone to death for anything that they've done. God gives us free will so that we can make choices either in alignment with God or not in alignment with God. And, you know, these structures that have been created to control society are not in alignment with God. That's why there's no miracles happening in them. That's why they don't have any real profits. That's why they don't have shit to show. For all of the years of having the religion, it's all deteriorating and falling to shit. Like literally, it's going to take itself out. That's the way that I think the one world order would actually happen, is if all of the religions crumbled in all at once and everybody had a mass awakening. That would be like, and that would include these men having to wake the fuck up and first of all, take responsibility for their actions and stop going home and beating the shit out of their wife, blaming their wife for the reason why they don't have any fucking food on the table. Dude, if there is no food in the house, you shouldn't be beating your wife because of that, or whatever other nonsense that's going on. 10 of Cups. Yeah, this is your happily ever after. You getting to share your love. You're defending your happily ever after, and there's nothing wrong with that. This Ace of Swords is your protection. See that sword going through the earth? That you are divinely protected. And also, you're allowed to have your own opinion. I feel like the divine feminine, the collective of the divine feminine, needs so much healing, and it's due to these man-made structures. But I feel like us as light workers, this is part of what we're here to do, is heal the women and the children on this planet. Because just like women are mistreated, children are as well, and it's extremely inappropriate. There should never, I think that's probably one of the worst fucking things you could ever do as a human being. And I'm like not a judgmental person, but hurting children is so wrong. It's just so not in alignment with God. Yeah, 5 of Swords. These people have to walk away dissatisfied, being like, and the thing is like when these people come for you and they want to imprison you and fuck with you like this and want to basically make you their slave, they're going to act like the victim. The funny shit is that the God that they worship, these beings that are not actually God, but they are a higher consciousness, but they're still not the most high God. They're not the source creator. If it's got a name, it's not God. If it speaks words, it's not God. It's a higher dimensional being that wants to be God. However, these entities, these beings, whatever you want to call them, these people are going to be very shocked when these beings show up and say, hey, that one over there, you can't touch them. That one belongs to me. And then when the Most High backs it and goes, yeah, that one's mine. Do not touch that one. These men are going to be like, what are you talking about? That's an infidel. That person's not wearing whatever the shit is. They're not wearing the outfit. That person is a whore. They deserve to be raped. That's literally the mentality that these people have. Very inappropriate. And Allah's going to be like I said, that one belongs to me. Do not touch that one, or I will touch you, and you won't like it. Seriously. And this is how I know that they are not tapped. They can do as many prayers as they want, bowing their head to the ground. And first of all, they're doing the shit backwards. If they did it in the correct way, the way that it was supposed to be done, doing it opposite direction, they would release a lot of the energies that are bound in that cube in Mecca. But they're doing it backwards for whatever fucking reason. And it's creating a negative effect for them. But yeah. You are basically off limits and untouchable. And they're going to be like, how is that possible? They have a different skin color than me. They don't have on this garment that is important. They don't, and this could be not just that religion, but many others. Okay, many others that are like, how can that person be chosen and a prophet? They don't follow this structure. It's because, God puts prophets and people. Jesus never went to a religion. He was not in a religion. He would have never wanted a religion created after him. All of the people that were prophets, the religions came after the people that were alive. And so, I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying that that's the truth of it. And we're breaking through that truth. You're divinely protected. These people are like, how is that possible? I thought that we could just abduct that person, shut their mouth, end them, cut their head off, whatever. Nope. Not even moving anywhere close to you. Not anytime soon either. These people have to give up. 7 of Cups. They're exhausted anyways. Lazy motherfuckers. The Hangman. This is what I'm saying. These people have to give up. Sacrificing women and wives and having multiple of them. Whatever. That's people's belief. But, regardless of that, I don't necessarily have a thing against polygamy. I just have a thing against abuse. Abuse, neglect, and torture, and treating people like they are less than an animal, less than an object, and putting a number on somebody. I don't like that shit. I think that that's inappropriate, and God would never want that. It doesn't matter what God they call God. It doesn't matter what name. All of them are in agreement with this, that these are things that you just don't do. The Star. Somebody is just jealous of your star power, and they're worried that you're going to get this message to others and change others' minds. I feel like yes, we are going to change other people's minds, but also I feel like God is greater than us. God is that higher power is greater than us. That is what's going to change the minds of the masses. It's going to be through God intervening and doing a mass awakening. So it doesn't matter really if we exist or not. Yes, we are helping, but God is going to do the majority of the work in everybody's life. Okay, when it comes to this awakening, we are just the inspiration to get people to think in a different way. And I know that a lot of these things, people are born into it, they're brainwashed into it, and they want to go back to that because they're afraid of it. Oh, well, people that want to be living that type of lifestyle, thinking it's okay to rape people and all this other shit, and that men are so powerless to women, that women have to be covered from head to fucking toe at all times because men are that fucking weak. Like, that in itself says a lot. That men can't control themselves and that they're that weak. I feel like those people should go live in that part of the country where that shit is acceptable, and stop trying to force it on people in America. Stop trying to force us to see that bullshit like it's peaceful, because it's not fucking peaceful. Not in any type of way. It's abusive and it's oppressive and it's bullshit. It is. People may hate me for saying that, but that is the truth. It's terroristic, okay? It's what it is. If they feel like if you're not in their Islam or whatever other thing is, that they can kill you and rape you for that, if they feel that way and believe that to be true, then whatever they're worshiping is not God. It's not. God would never be behind that. Ever. But a higher dimensional fuckwad being could. I could guarantee that. A demiurge Yalda Bayoth bitch could. Exactly. Women are not men's slave. Respect has to be mutual. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with that. Yeah, the cherry energy. You guys are gaining a victory here. You're overcoming something major and you're moving forward. And I love this energy. This is like being victorious. This is not only contributing, but it's getting to live long enough to see what you contributed to flourish and take off. And I feel like that's a really important thing. You know, when it comes to beauty, I don't think that you should be punished because you're beautiful. I don't think your children should be punished because they're beautiful. And I don't think that women should be treated poorly. High Priestess in the reverse. There are going to be a lot of fake ass readers, fake ass spiritualists that are exposed when everybody goes through this awakening. People are going to be like, oh shit, it was that person that was doing the dumb shit. I mean, it's just the inevitable though. Like, people need to understand that when they're doing bad to others, they are not going to be allowed to do that for forever. That's not a indefinite forever type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like people need to understand the grace and mercy over their life when they fuck up. The thing is like you guys and me, we're light workers. If we were to make a horrible decision like these people, the universe would slap us out immediately because we know better. These people, their belief system is fucked up and they need a rewiring of their mind, literally. And then these people, what I honestly feel is that they need to go through the shit that they've done to others and be in that same exact position to understand what they were doing and why it was wrong. But for that to happen, I mean, God can do anything. God can do anything. That's why I feel like the majority of it is already done because God is going to do it. The fool. Only the fool would walk off a fucking cliff because somebody else does. And these people want to follow each other, but they have no individual thought. It's all about preserving the family's money, keeping the inheritance in the family. And if they continue to just marry their cousins, then they're not going to be able to reproduce. And that's going to be an issue. At some given point, there will be a lot of problems and not enough medical treatment or medical professionals or medical care to take care of those problems that could have been 100 fucking percent avoided if we were not selling women's virginity to men. Fucking inappropriate is what I say. But yeah, all of those problems would have been avoided, and it's not Allah's will, it's common fucking sense. It literally is. Six of Pentacles. So yeah, like I said, these people are going to have to make payments. I mean, they may not be happy about it, but they're going to have to make payments. Probably to the court for something. Let's get a confirmation. Let's get an outcome. What else do we need to know? The Nine of Wands. Yeah, these people are going to act very wounded, you know? Yes, absolutely. The fake spiritualist will be outed. Yes, absolutely. God can do anything. That's why, and works in so mysterious ways. That's why we never want to put limitations on God. These people are going to act really wounded because they have to, you know, they think that they can buy you and you're not online to be purchased like a fucking item. Like you're something that goes beyond rare. This is why you cannot be touched. Four of Swords. These people have to give up. It's a permanent ending for them. It's the end of a long war, you know, thinking that they can purchase another person. That's some very demonic Mammon shit, or Mammon, however you say his name. Seven of Pentacles. You're over here experiencing more good things coming to you, and these people are experiencing the exact opposite. And so this is the way that they feel, and this is the way that you feel. But it is what it is. You've done good thing. You sow good seeds, so you're going to have a good harvest. You know, you have not hurt or harmed people, and that's why that type of energy is going to stay away from you. No matter what tragedies happen to the world, it's not going to happen to you. You're not going to be affected other than maybe seeing it on your phone. And that's when you just need to disengage. This King of Wands person, they think that they're the best thing for you and that they can well, you know what? You're receiving Dharma. I love that. And also you're receiving peace. These people buy and sell each other. When I first fell to this planet, the humans on this planet bought and sold each other. And that was their main thing in life. And I thought that shit was really weird. Look, the devils is what I'm talking about. When I first came to this planet, devil right here, I saw that the humans sold each other. And that's what it was about. 100%, all of it. That's what life was about, selling each other, which is fucking weird to me. That's too many cards at once, Spirit. But yeah, that's very weird. Six of Wands, fame and public recognition. So you guys are coming into public recognition. I feel like you're being seen. Page of Swords. These people are going to spy on you, but I would just release that. You know, release whatever belief about them being able to effectively spy on you, because even if they are going to watch you and spy on you, that's all that they can do. And they can send as much evil eye and whatever the fuck they need to. But you have things on your side that are stronger than whatever they're working with. Love is always greater than fear. King of Cups. And they could be advised by a wise person to leave you alone. This King of Cups could be like, hey, stop spying on that person. Stop watching them. You have different beliefs. You have different ways of thinking. This person is not someone that you can buy or sell. They're not even a person. They're an alien. You might want to back the fuck up and leave them alone, because they have other aliens that are looking out for them. That's what I would say. That's what this King of Wands is, or King of Cups is going to say to this Page of Swords who wants to watch you and stalk you and spy on you all the time. Yeah, that you are somebody that gets justice for others and you are not to be fucked with, because it would be unbalancing the world. Yeah, the world is going to see you soon. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, let's get a conclusion. What do we need to know? Justice is yours. Four of Pentacles, you're sharing your gifts with the world. See, this person, the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, this is somebody who's greedy that won't share anything. That's also broke. You're sharing your gifts with the world. You're like admiring what you have and you're sharing them. This is what's going to bring you justice, by you helping other people find peace. And no matter what situation they're in. Ace of Cups, literally. You have love coming from God. These people do not have it. That's why they're always reaching up for your cup. Just know that when they want to say little smarky things to you or try to put you down, you know, I always go back to some of my first memories as a soul, leaving heaven, coming down here and being told to watch the humans. And their behavior has always been very fucking strange to me. Very strange. Archangel Michael energy. You are divinely protected. So just know that, you know, you have a real love union and nobody is going to intervene on that or block that. They don't have the power to, regardless of what they think and say. These people, they're just very upset that you're not purchasable and that you're not able to be influenced. Like these people, they're used to using a system to dominate people. And they were working with the High Priestess in the reverse, which is a dark, crazy bitch. But all of this stuff is being brought back upon them. Now they're going to be the ones that are put through trauma and drama and hardships. And that's not something I would wish on anybody. So you guys continue to move forward and love yourselves. You're doing so good. These people are going to continue to be in the tower because they're not doing the right thing. And until they figure out what the right thing is to do, they're probably going to blame you, because it is directly your fault. Because if these people would not have fucked with you, they would not be in the tower as bad as they are. But since they decided to fuck with you, now they're really getting it. And they're like, oh, you know, that's called the whole thing called fuck around and find out. You don't ever want to be in a position to where you fucked around with somebody playing games because you're a dickhead, and then you find out that they're protected by everything in creation. That's some scary shit. Some people just are not actual people. They're walking positions. So, all right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. Please like the video. Make sure you're subscribed. Tap the notification bell. Okay, all of that stuff is really important. And remember, if you're in a situation, a religion that tells you don't ask questions because you don't want to know the answers, that is a big fucking red flag. Okay, I'm not telling people to leave their religions. I'm just telling people to look at the truth and know that, okay, that's a walking red flag. You mean that the answers to whatever I'm going to ask is so fucking bad that you're telling me just not to stay ignorant and dumb and blind and to not ask at all? This is why I will represent rebellion for everyone and question everything, because I'm not just going to be accepting no bullshit that somebody says. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Remember, the Truth of God Advanced Intuitive Living Workbook. The link to this is in the description box below. I went through the long description about it, but it's got the God technique, which raises you out of your ego into the eyes of your higher self so that you can get unstuck from the ego and tap into God's vibration and rise above whatever's going on. It's got the joy versus anger technique, which gives you the ability to ask yes and no questions and get an immediate answer back so that you can be divinely led. And then it's got the mind technique, which gives you the ability to clear the mental and emotional baggage that keeps pulling in the same experiences so that your reality will change. And it's got the 1 to 10 ratio, and it has meditation and all these other things in it as well. The 1 being the lowest compatible, 10 being the highest, and how to understand that compatibility. That way you can be divinely led. This is literally like me not being a gatekeeper. This is the way how I do shit is from this book, literally. I mean, I have my natural abilities, but I use it with everything in this book. So that's going to help you guys. For those of you that want to learn to read cards for yourself and for others, Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, the link to these books and this original Rider-Waite Tarot deck are in the description box below. Vassago is a very in high demand Ars Goetia spirit that rules over mapping the human consciousness and over tarot. And so if you get this original deck that's in the description box below, when you want to learn to read cards for yourself and for others, you can understand the interpretations of, because this is the original. So you could go to like a twin flame tarot and you would understand, even though they have abstract pictures, you would understand the real interpretation. And that's why in the reading, when you saw me, like, there would be some cards that I would be like, oh, hell no, I need to go get the other interpretation. Then I would go get the other interpretation. And I think it was this card that was really not well represented in the deck that we were looking at. But this has the best representation. It's called the original Rider-Waite Tarot. The link to that's in the description box below. This book has tarot card spreads and spells for the major arcana cards that do a deep dive, and you can use these tarot card spreads and spells as many times as you want. The major arcana cards are like the Sun, the World, the Lovers, the Hangman, and so the spell that goes along with it, well, this starts off with the 14 Zodiac tarot card spread. Then you pull 2 cards for each position. One is going to be your North Node, where your destiny's at. One's going to be your South Node, where your ego's at, and then it will give you information on how to get into the North Node. And then the spell that goes along with that is to step into your own destiny. The Hermit tarot card spells to find one's inner light. The Hierophant tarot card spells to manifest lack into nothingness. The High Priestess is to gain enlightenment. The Empress is for personal self-development. The Temperance is for Archangel Michael. The Star is to manifest a wish. The Moon is to bring about your deepest desires. The Sun is to make your dreams turn into a reality. The Last Judgment is to call judgment on, to bring about a change of position. So yeah, and then in the back of the book, I have a compendium of knowledge of what it could mean when the different major arcana cards are coming out one next to each other. I'll just read a little bit from one of these. Okay, I'll read from the Hierophant. It says, the Hierophant tarot card in the reading could indicate that the Most High God is showing its hand or intervening on your behalf or the behalf of whoever you're reading for. The Hierophant tarot card in a reading could also indicate that there is a Hierophant group involved with the situation. Hierophant groups can be anything from gangs, the mafia, covens, religions, the occult, the Freemasons, secret societies such as Skull and Bones, Bohemian Grove, etc. If you pull the Hierophant Tarot card with the Chariot Tarot card, it could mean that someone from a Hierophant group, religion, cult, or secret society is also someone in law enforcement. If you pull the Hierophant Tarot card and then the Death Tarot card, it could indicate that an ending is coming to whatever organization or secret society, religious group, or negative collaboration against you. When you pull the Hierophant Tarot card with the Devil Tarot card, it can indicate that someone in a position of authority is corrupt, wicked, and under the influence of the negative forces associated with the devil. And it just keeps going on and on and on. So check this book out, you guys. Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. The link to these books are in the description box below. And also the link to the original Rider-Waite, this exact deck. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you got the book. This exact deck is also in the description box below. So get started on that. It's going to help you guys with your spiritual journey. I love you so much. Thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. God bless you. Peace be with you, you guys. Please like this video. Remember, we're working to getting to 1,000 subscribers. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, oh my gosh, it's going to be the best. When we're at 1,000 subscribers, we're going to throw a party. I'm going to do a raffle or a drawing, and I'm going to answer some personal questions for free, and I'm going to give some tarot decks away as well. So be looking for that, okay? All right, you guys. I love you so much. Peace be with you. Have a wonderful evening. Hype this video if you can. I love you guys. Thank you for spending your time with me. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye.